Do we have a fun one today? Because on the channel, we are going to be taste testing and reviewing Moxie soda for the very first time. Now, I had thought of bringing Moxie onto the channel a long time ago, but because it's a regional soda, it wasn't really cost effective to try to buy it online and have a 12 pack of it for an absorbent amount of money. And if I didn't like it, it was just going to go all the waste. But for the first time ever, I saw this out in the wild at one of the very few Cracker Barrels here in New Jersey in their kind of abstract soda section, so I had to pick it up. Now, some of you might be familiar with Moxie. It's a soda that dates back to 1884, but it's so hard to get here in New Jersey because it is a regional soda. See, this soft drink was created in Maine, I believe, and is still a staple in the New England region of the country. And from what I was reading, it used to be more readily available in like 30 different states and Canada. However, now it pretty much can only be found either online or in that New England area. So to see this at Cracker Barrel for only $1.79, I had to pick this up and finally review this for the channel. Now, Moxie apparently is one of the oldest sodas here in the States, and it touts itself as being an original elixir and distinctively different. But how different is it? Is it going to taste very, very different than what I'm normally used to? See, what I'm interested about with this is apparently since 2018, I believe, is what I saw online, Coca-Cola's been bottling this. So, I know big soft drink companies love to change formulas for stuff to make them more cost effective, and sometimes they don't hold true to their original flavor. But when I look at the side, it doesn't mention Coca-Cola anywhere. It does mention it's produced under the authority of Cornucopia Beverage Company, Bedford, New Hampshire, bottled by Orca Beverage Incorporated in Washington. So clearly there's something going on here, and maybe the internet isn't right. Would you believe that if the internet lied to me? But let's look at the ingredients, because we have carbonated water, pure cane sugar, natural and artificial flavors, caramel color, sodium benzoate, a preservative of gentian root extracts, phosphoric acid, caffeine, and citric acid. Now, per bottle, it is 150 calories, 50 milligrams of sodium, 30 grams of carbs, and 37 grams of carbs, and 37 grams of sugar. So that is kind of a lot of sugar in here, but it's a soda. I don't really expect anything else. So let's crack this open. Let's see how distinctively different it actually is. Now, this is a review from a New Jerseyan. I didn't grow up with Moxie. I've never tasted Moxie before, as I stated earlier. So, is this something that maybe just is a New England staple because it really can't survive the flavor palettes of the other states? You know how certain food doesn't do well out of the area where it was originally from? I wonder if that's what Moxie is. But, to stay in business since 1884, clearly someone is buying this and someone likes this, and maybe that someone's going to be me. So let's find out. It kind of smells like a root beer offhand, so I don't know how distinctively different that is. Let's see what the flavor is like. It's weird. I like it. It's very good. But it has like a root beer taste to it, but then there's something else to it. And maybe it's that gentian root extractives. I don't know what gentian root is, but it has like an earthy taste to it. And maybe that's why it's calling itself an elixir, because of the earthiness to it and the fact that it has some root extracts, right? Now, would I buy this if I saw this in the stores normally? Probably. It's actually very, very tasty. I can see why this has been a staple in the New England area for a while. It does have like a little bit of a bitter aftertaste to it. And it's sweet. It tastes kind of like a root beer, or even more like a sarsaparilla. but I like it. I wish this was kind of around more. It does have a different flavor to it. It has a very, what I would think of it being like an old school taste to it, because it is using pure cane sugar, which is a positive for me, because I think high fructose corn syrup, not only, is it bad for you, I think it adds too much of a syrupiness to sodas, and having cane sugar to it, it just makes it taste a little bit more fresher and like refreshing. I've said the same thing too between like Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Throwback. Like Throwback was always my go-to because it just didn't taste as syrupy. Now I like Moxie. I do think that this beverage is kind of distinctively different because I don't think I've ever tasted anything quite like it. Like, yeah, I've had root beer before, but that little bit of difference in the taste and that earthiness to it brings it to a whole different level. This I might actually start buying online and having it in the house. I thought I was going to be a little hard on it, being a New Jerseyan that didn't grow up with it and having it for the first time, but for what it's worth, it's refreshing. It's really good in my own opinion, and I wish I grew up with this. I love that they haven't tried to kind of change the appearance of it. Like, it just looks like something from the 60s or the 70s. And I love that it came in a bottle versus like a can. I'm sure there's probably cans out there of it, but this is quite the surprise to me. Like I said, I picked this up at a Cracker Barrel. There's only like 3 or 4 Cracker Barrels in New Jersey, where like every other state, I see them everywhere. So I did not know they had like a weird, eccentric soda section. I did pick up some other sodas there that I've never seen before that I do plan on reviewing on the channel. So, be prepared for them coming forward, but that's my little honest review of Moxie. I really like it. The earthiness and like that weird bitterness to it that comes in the aftertaste is a little different, but I'm all for it because I think this really hit the spot. I wanted to get this review out of the way early because I might be doing other reviews throughout the day because we're supposed to get quite some snow here in New Jersey, so I don't see myself leaving the house. I went to the gym this morning, went food shopping, and I'm probably just going to need to keep myself busy. So Moxie is definitely a soda I could recommend. If you've had it, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you grow up with it? Does it taste any different than the flavor that you grew up with? Have you just only recently tried it like me? And what did you think? I want to know it all down below. As always, guys, stay safe. If you're in the snow today in New Jersey or around the East Coast, because I think other places are getting snow today. Don't quote me on that. I'm not no weatherman, right? Stay happy, stay healthy, enjoy your Moxie, and I will see you next time. Bye.